What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning into the first Infernal TV blog. I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Jensen. I am the director of Infernal TV and I'm the co-owner of Infernal LLC. So we're going to offer a video blog just so you can kind of, I guess, get to know me, get to know what I do, get to know Infernal TV a little bit more aside from just the other content. This first video blog will just be introducing Infernal TV, what Infernal TV is, why I created it. I decided to create my own website, and then I'll go into myself and some of my past experiences. So I had the idea of creating a video-based website that's very similar to, you know, like Headbanger's Balls and the older shows, because that's what I grew up with. I grew up watching those, and then Fuse was another one, Uranium, that show, and I always, you know, kind of like being a correspondent and watching interviews and watching the conversation between the correspondent and the artist and learning more about musicians through video. And was watching Headbanger's Ball, Uranium, and all those shows. This was before the internet. But now that we have the internet, you're not watching a TV show anymore. You're not sitting there for a half hour watching a whole show. You will go on YouTube and watch like a 5 to 10 minute interview. So when I became a journalist, that's the format that I became used to, just doing a very small, short interview. But I kind of miss the more in-depth, the more cinematography featured, you know, with like live footage and more footage of the band and more footage of like the interview and the correspondent kind of connecting with the band. At the same time, people don't have the time, or they don't really are interested in sitting for a whole half hour and watching a long segment anymore. So when I had the idea for Infernal TV, originally it was just going to be, you know, the episode format, but then I figured, well, it'd be a lot easier if I offered the episode format, but also separated, you know, like interviews, and then if I were to get additional video footage of the bands, and I can also get into that, and I can also release that separately, but then I can combine them all for the episode format. And I think that's what makes Infernal TV stand out, is that it is a lot more content. It is a lot more different content, a lot more variations. I guess my ultimate goal for Infernal TV is for us to be one of the leading websites for exclusive content for metal bands, for exclusive interviews and footage, and, you know, we can just do that in a way that is very unique. So I will go ahead and go into me. Well, my name is Jensen. I started being a music journalist at 20 years old, and I was just writing for local magazines, you know, and one magazine had enough connections to where I was able to get a lot of major interviews. I was able to get an interview with Morbid Angel, an interview with Obituary, an interview with Jungle Rot, and a whole bunch of other, you know, like artists that weren't metal, but, you know, still were pretty major. So, only a printed magazine. And very quickly getting to know the industry and getting to know, you know, beyond even other journalists, just other musicians and tour managers and publicists. And I've learned that everything was really switching to an online format. So then I realized, okay, as a journalist, I need to put a lot of more emphasis on social media, on an online-based website, as opposed to contributing to a printed magazine like I was doing. So I was just researching some blogs, and I found The Age of Metal, and I really liked the content that they were posting. I really liked how they were so diverse, because before I was just writing, and I wanted to experiment more with the video. I wanted to experiment more with some other aspects of journalism, and that website helped me to, I guess, flourish my creativity as a music journalist. And that's when I learned cinematography. That's where I learned photography. I got my own camera, and I was not only doing all my own writing and all my own filming and all my own photos, I was editing everything and I was compiling it onto the website. So that's what really got me my experience. And then with my time with the Age of Metal, that's also when I started to cover a lot of major bands, but also a lot of major festivals. So I've done press for, let's see, NAMM. I've done NAMM twice. I've done 70,000 Tons of Metal Cruise. I've done Hammer Golden Gods Awards. I've done, this wasn't for the Age of Metal, but I've done Riot Fest. I've done Full Terror Assault. I did Florida Metal Fest the 1 year that they had it. I really hope they have it again more years, so it was a really sick festival. And then the Land Festival. So some of the smaller festivals here in Florida I've done as well. After all the time of my traveling and everything, that I realized that if I wanted to go further with my career as a music journalist, I really needed to start my website. And so I left the Age of Metal. It was a really tough decision, but I ended up leaving the Age of Metal. I contributed for that company for 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. So it was a really tough decision, but I did decide to leave and then start my own thing. So yeah, here's Infernal TV. Some of the goals, I guess, for Infernal TV, I guess just to keep doing this, you know, to keep getting major interviews and to keep getting more press, you know, to be able to cover major festivals like I was doing before. Because right now I'm kind of at the point where I'm starting over. And it's a lot easier now that I've had the experience behind me getting my own website up, but, you know, I have to build Infernal TV up. So I'm just going to keep grinding, keep, you know, interviewing bands, releasing exclusive footage, working with bands, because I know a lot of bands want certain footage released, but they kind of want their creative direction. Like, for example, with my brother Jordan Jensen, I did a drum video, and I know those are really popular, and they're a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun, you know, hooking up like my GoPro, then my other camera, and then editing all of it, and then mixing the audio, and because that's just nothing I've ever really done before. So it was really cool. So like definitely some more of that kind of fun stuff I would like to do. And so like for the Infernal name to be own media company. We're getting Infernal merchandise up, so hopefully we'll be printing some shirts soon, but I'm also opening up the merch store wholesale. You know, I know that I've already had some contacts, not just with metal, but also with horror. Not our merchandise that we printed. We'll definitely have some more products up. You know, even like affiliates. You know, I think that would be, because I don't really think affiliate marketing is really prevalent in metal, at least for right now. I mean, maybe with like musicians and major brands and stuff, but I don't really think with like blogging it's really relevant. So that would be kind of cool to be able to release that. Open up Infernal to several other avenues. I mean, I think this is what's a lot of fun about entrepreneurship, is that you can kind of create your brand however you want. You know, the possibilities are endless. So, I mean, I love writing fiction. I love writing novels. So I would like to start my own publishing company. I love traveling, and I love travel blogs. I would like to start my own travel blog. I think that'd be really cool. I'm a huge fan of horror films, so I want to do something with horror films. I think that would be really cool. You know, whether I'm making my own films or, you know, even I'm kind of doing something like Infernal TV, but with horror, interviewing directors and actors and all that, and writers and all that fun stuff. What else do I want? And even like booking shows, doing other things in the music industry, because I really think that's where a person succeeds in the music industry, is if they kind of, you know, put their feelers out in other places. Like I know several musicians who run their own booking companies or who run their own merchandise companies. You know, that's how they really succeed, or they, you know, maybe they teach lessons, or maybe they own their own music store. You know, I know a lot of musicians like that. So, you know, definitely like the business aspect of the music industry. You know, like if you really want to succeed, you can't be a one-trick pony. You have to, you know, be very diverse. So I realize that this is a very early stage and with Infernal. We just formed the company in May of 2017, and I'm recording this Thanksgiving Day 2017, so let's see, May. 6 months is how long Infernal has been in existence. So I do want to thank you so much if you're already watching this, whether you saw it on my Facebook or my social media or on Infernal social media. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and keeping up and supporting us, following us. You know, we're so early in our career that we're at a stage right now to be able to promote the company, promote myself, but I mean, I definitely plan on pushing Infernal out as far as I can. So I'm really glad that you were all tuning in with us super early on. Of course, always expect more interviews, expect more footage, you know, whether it's live footage or a little fun footage, like for example that I did with like drum videos and all that stuff, and then expect more blogs. I have fun with these blogs. I tried doing a video blog channel a few years ago, but now I think that since I'm under the Infernal name, I have like a lot more opportunities to do video blogs now. So your band wants to be promoted on the blog, a show, a venue, your management company, anything wants to be promoted on this blog, let me know, and I'll definitely do that. I guess we'll see where all Infernal goes in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Stay metal.